Today we're going to go ahead and solve systems of equations using substitution. And we're going to focus on when one equation, or at least one equation, is already solved for a variable. This problem, we're going to just review basic substitution. If I tell you that y is equal to -3, remember that means I can place y with the -3. So that's how we're going to go ahead and start out this problem. We're going to do -3 in place of the y equals -6x plus 3. To solve this, we need to do -3 on both sides. So -3 minus 3 gives me -6. And these 3's cancel. And then we're going to divide by -6 on both sides. So I get x equals 1. When we solve a system of equations, our solution should always be an ordered pair. Right now, I have just an x value. So we're going to go ahead and take that x value and substitute that in to find the y value. Now, if I do -6 times 1 plus 3, -6 times 1 is 6, -6. And then if I add 3, I get -3. Notice I got the same answer here that I started with for my y. That's a good sign. It means I did my math correctly. Okay, so my solution is 1, -3. Let's try a couple problems where y isn't just equal to a number. So we're going to look at problem A in example 2 and go ahead and use substitution. So if the second equation tells me that y is equal to -3x minus 6, I can plug that in for the y up here. So I have -3x minus 6 in place of this first y. And then the second part of the equation is going to stay the same. So -5x minus 6. So all I'm really doing is setting the two equal to each other. I'm going to go ahead and solve by adding 5x to both sides. So I get 2x minus 6 equals -6. I'm going to add 6 to both sides to get 2x equals 0, and then divide by 2. So 0 divided by 2 is 0. Since we have to have an ordered pair, we're going to go ahead and take that and plug it in to either one of the equations to find our y value. So I'm going to plug my 0 in for this first x. So y is going to equal -5 times 0 minus 6. So when I simplify, I get 0 minus 6, which is -6. So I found an answer of 0, -6. Systems of equations are really easy to check on your own. Since we plugged this into the first equation to get our answer, we can always check to make sure it works by plugging the solution into the second equation. So if I plug -6 in for y, and 0 in for x, and simplify, I should get something that's true, like -6 equals -6. So it means I did a good job solving. Let's do one more problem together. We're going to take this 8x minus 9, since it's equal to y, and put it in place of the other y. So we're going to do 8x minus 9 equals this part of the equation, which is 7x minus 8. Go ahead and solve it. We're going to subtract 7x from both sides to get 1x minus 9 equals -8. And we're going to add 9 to both sides to get x equals 1. Once I've found that answer, I'm going to go ahead and plug that back in to either of the equations for my x. I'm going to plug it in up here to figure out what my y is. So y equals 7 times 1 minus 8. So 7 times 1 is 7. 7 minus 8 is -1. So my solution is 1, -1. And I'm going to go ahead and check that by plugging both of those into my second equation. So I'm going to go ahead and do -1 for my y, and 8 times 1 minus 9. So 8 times 1 is 8, and then 8 minus 9 is -1. So since I get a true statement, and I get a job solving. Go ahead and try the next two problems. Once you finish those, show them to me to check to make sure they're okay. And then I will give you your homework if you are doing well. Just as a recap, we started solving equations using substitution. You're going to do 5.3 homework. And then tomorrow we're going to do more solving using substitution.